Hey team, Mary Stark here. I am excited for 2021. I know you are too. I'm just coming off a nice vacation and getting myself organized for 2021. All right, so let's talk about you and your business goals. Okay, I just got off doing just a general training and I want to do the specific for your business goals. So let's grab a notebook, come back to the replay if you have to, listen a couple times, and then go through that. I'm going to post a video that I have done in the past called the gap analysis video. It's the paper plate example, but it's an example of looking at where you're at now, where you want to go, and understanding the gap of where you're at. Okay, so that's a great video to just kind of get you organized in what you can achieve this year, what you want to achieve this year. So it's really fun. It's a good video. It's not that long. All right, next up, let's talk about how to be successful in your business, and let me know too what your goals are. So write in the comments, like, what is your business goal this year? Do you want to grow your commissions? Maybe you made $1,500 this year and you would like to grow your commissions to $2,500 total this year. Maybe you're earning $700 a month and you want to grow that to $1,200 a month. Maybe you are working, some of you're working 40 hours a week and you need to cut those hours. Remember, a part-time person is working about 10 hours a week of income producing activities in their business, and a full-time person is working about 20 hours of income producing activities. If you are going more than that, either you're just in a season of hustle or you're doing things that you don't have to be doing that you could delegate. It's a very emotional business, so you have to watch yourself of maybe overworking, okay? So let's keep that in mind. All right, so your goals. Let's talk about goals. A lot of times when I meet someone at convention or I meet them at an event, they're like, I'm going to be silver next year. I'm going to be gold next year. I'm going to be executive next year. And that is all well and good, but that's just a rank. That doesn't have any plans or actions. Like, if that's what you seriously want to do, how are you going to do that? So I don't want to know your goals, but I would love to have you really think out what are the plans on how you're going to do that. So we always start off when a brand new person comes in the business, they give me anywhere from 5 to 10 of their personal goals. Maybe one is to pay off some debt. Maybe they want to retire early, whatever it is, their personal goals. So then we break it down and we look at, well, how much income does that goal need, right? It might be a new computer, which is $1,000 to $2,000, depending on the computer. So we have that income goal. Maybe they want to give an extra $100 a month or $1,000 a month to missions, to the poor, to widows, to people on the streets, whatever it is. So we know, based on our income disclosure agreement, where that person has to fall in terms of ranks or promotions. I like to call ranks promotions. I think it's a little bit more professional, and it is like a career promotion, right? Okay, so for a lot of people who are pretty serious in their goals, they're gonna have to be somewhere between silver and gold, or right around gold. Okay, so we know, that how much that person makes income. But if your goal right now is just to grow from a $700 paycheck to $1,500 a month, or $7,000 that you just made this year to $12,000, then you also can look at the income disclosure to see where you need to go. So that is an important thing that helps to kind of get a little bit more specific in your plan. Next, you have to look at your plan. And I would really be willing to look at maybe 5, possibly 10, if you wrote out your plans for me in an email format. I would be willing to look at those for you to say, yeah, this is a good plan. No, I haven't seen this work in the past. I have 20 years experience. Plus I have, I have access to some amazing leaders as well. And I've seen things that work for people and I've seen things that haven't. And I have done a lot of things with probably 75% of it not working. I was just thinking the other day how one of the things I did, I got involved with this, and I've done it multiple times, but like health food stores. And I went to the health food store and I'm like, okay, I'm going to take over their social media because they're not doing good at social media, and I'm going to post for them, and I'm going to do all this. And like thinking that me spending all this extra time or even outsourcing it to one of my assistants would bring the results that I wanted back to me. And it didn't. It was costly. It was time and or money, and it didn't work. So I can help you if you have some ideas in some of your plans. I also want to know what specific actions and how much time you think per week you need to accomplish that. Because I think, especially I have this habit of thinking, okay, here's what I want to do, but I haven't thought out how much time that's going to take per week. Well, I'm going to do a class, and a lot of people say, oh, a class is only an hour and a half long, but you've got to pack, you've got to drive, you've got to find babysitters, some of you've got to, there's a lot more involved in that. So how much time do you have, and or do you think it's going to take? Because right now you might know how much time you have, you may not, but once you know how much time that goal probably is going to take, and I can help you as well assess that, you will have a better idea of how to plan your weeks, how to plan your months, all of that. We can strategize maybe in a group session on some things that you can do to kind of carve out what our mentor Richard Brooks says, sacred time, right? Sacred time to work the business. So we absolutely need the goal. We need, probably what rank or level or income that is going to be. We need the plan of how we're going to achieve that, and how much time and or resources. Like some of you, maybe Lisa, who's on here right now, she's going to do 3 really big trade shows, right? And these trade shows are about $1,500, but she knows from the past that when she does these trade shows, that she walks away with over 100 leads, and she walks away with 10 sales, 10 kit sales. She sells over $1,000 worth of product, but from that, it's generated 4 or 5, essential rewards clients and or 1 new builder, right? So looking at some of those things. Now, if you're brand new and you're like, oh, I want to spend $1,500 to try this, it depends on how much expendable income you have. Okay, so we got our goals, we got our plans, we have looking at our resources, and then looking at how much time we think those things are going to take. The next thing I want you to really, 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 really work on is simplicity. How simple can you make it? And a lot of us took the Run Through Ranks class, which is being renamed. I really, really liked it. I saw a lot of people in there, even myself, we were a little overwhelmed, but we still got results, we still oh, that's why I haven't been able to do this, or, oh yeah. And a lot of people have upranked. So we're seeing that people are taking that Run Through Ranks multiple times, not just once, but really plugging in, taking it multiple times. Maybe they did 2 or 3 weeks good the first time. Now they're doing a month and a half good. Next, they're into 2 or 3 months good. It's going to help us build consistency. So really like that. So we have to keep it simple. What was my point of all that? In the Run Through Ranks, there's a lot of simplicity in what you have to do on a daily basis. And for some of you, that might be a weekly basis, but a daily basis, we know what we have to do. It's just super simple, and we can do it. We can do it. It's going to take a push, but we can do that. So it's super simple. Looking at the right plan for you. Now, I really enjoyed Run Through Ranks, but for me, the time of which I was training doing that took up a lot of my prospecting time and the time that I actually had to do my business. So I have to flip that now, and I'll have to take the replays and work in my business during the time that Run the Rinks is going on. So making sure that your plan is working for you. Maybe, I hate to say it, but I said this earlier too, that some of you are going to have to cut some things out, right? You know, every Wednesdays you have Awanas with the kids, and then on Mondays and Thursdays and Fridays and Saturdays you have baseball, and you have those things. And I gave the example of Mary Jo, who was a former coach mentor, and Mary Jo was, her husband became disabled, and so she had to make her business work. Like, she didn't have a choice, and the only time she had to work in her business was from 7 to 10 at night. So during that season, that year and a half, her kids were not allowed. No kid, unless it didn't take any of her time, could not do any sports, no drama, no extracurricular activities for that season of time, because all the family's resources and time had to be spent, you know, in getting that business up and running. And so all her kids were in bed in their rooms. They might not have been asleep, but they were in their rooms. They could not bug mom from 7 to 10 every single night. And there's multiple Young Living Diamonds who did that same thing. I want to say Kelly Shepard is one. Like Kelly Shepard, her kids got Immune Pro, you know, at 7 o'clock every night, and they had a very strict bedtime, and she worked every night from 7 to 10. Now that wasn't forever, but that was a season of hustle of what they had to do. So making sure your plan is right for you, and that you also have set up the right environment and time for you to do your business. So yes, you want to be silver this year, or you want to go on to gold, or whatever it is, but do you have the resources and the time? And has your family, your environment got on board with that? That might be letting go of the quilt guild, you know, that you love, and it's your passion, you love it. But it might be for a season that you do that. It might be for a season that you are not the Awana teacher, or whatever. You have to do you. You have to figure out what is best for you and your family. But most likely, to bring in a business that you're going to be working 5 to 10 hours a week in, something is going to have to get reorganized. Okay, so I hope that that is helpful to you. All right. And lastly, I think this year too, we really, as a team, need to work on our mindset, right? And that's been a common thing through a lot of the Diamond Talks too. But how do we see ourselves? Do we see ourselves as a professional? Do we see this as a business? And I kind of put up my nose sometimes, like, you know, so-and-so's doing a nail party or things like that. And it's like, that's not who we are as business associates. Anyone who wants to make a consistent residual income, you are a professional, right? You have a business to run, and treat yourself, see yourself as the professional running that, even if things are a mess right now, right? Maybe around you that, you know, you have this, maybe you work in a little desk in your bedroom or whatever it is. That's okay. That's where we all start. And some of us are still there in making a lot of money, right? Making a lot of money, but that's okay. But we are professionals, and you can do this, right? I remember when Angela Brooks was so scared to get on live Facebooks and all of that, right? And she was making a lot of money at that time, but then she got over her fear. She stepped up, and I know that a lot of you can do that. A lot of you, I'm going to come in hopefully this week or early in January, and we're going to talk about social media, and we're going to talk about fine-tuning your social media presence, okay? And stepping up to do what you need to do to help others, to have fun, to get over what you look at like, what you sound like. You just get over. And we're going to have a good push for social media this year, in terms of what you do, in terms of looking and acting like a professional. So I hope this was helpful. A little bit too long, but I think it's a good video to get us started for the new year. I want to recap again. Number one, we're going to have not just a goal, but we're going to have the plan and action steps on how we are going to get to grow our business, right? What are you going to do this year? We're going to keep things simple. We're going to very, very simple. And if you want some simple strategies, get yourself enrolled with Run Through Ranks. If you've already taken Run Through Ranks, you can take it again for free, but you've got to act like you paid thousands of dollars, right? To do that. You can do that. So to keep it simple. Number 3, get the right plan for you. And 4, get your environment, set your boundaries, set up your sacred time to do your business, not around your life, but actually setting down some boundaries on when you're going to do your business. And number 5, to act and be the professional you are. Let's shift our mindset that this isn't just a hobby. This is something that changes people's lives. This is something that can change your life in the legacies of lives that oh my goodness, I could cry about it, of how many lives that you can change. This is something that can help you have a whole lot more fun and just, oh gosh, guys, you know, and I know so many of you are already having that, but it's such a blast. It's so much fun to do this business and to do it all out at whatever level that is for you. So I'm excited. You can do this. Let me know what your 2021 business goals are, what your action steps. I probably have anywhere from 5 to 10 people that I can look at your goals and help you fine tune some of that. You can email me over at info@starhealth.com. If you're serious about growing your Young Living business this year, I'd love to help you. Let me know what your plan is, what you want to do, how you're going to do it, what time you're going to set aside, how much time you think you need to do it, in anything else that you think would be important for me to help you. All right. I'll see you later. Have an amazing new year. Bye.